Hey everybody, it's Holly from the Urban Homesteader. Now it may look like I'm on a Hawaiian vacation, but really I'm in Carey's canning room where it is a balmy, I don't know,
80 degrees.
80 degrees in here. And today we're spinning out our honey, and it is warm and it is sticky. And we have recruited a friend of mine, her name is Jennifer, who has never done anything like this before. So we kind of are having her help us, which has been very, very beneficial, and we love that about her. So I'm going to flip the camera around, and I'm going to show you guys what we're doing. And we're going to just kind of have a casual conversation about what is happening in here. So here's Carey with her. So this is a frame that was pulled right out of the hive. And so these are the ones that we pulled from the hive and put in totes. And we're just kind of waiting for this day to spin them out. So these are obviously capped, and Carey is so good at decapping them. Look at that. Mm-hmm. This is the goal, like to get one giant piece of wax.
The pressure.
Wow, you couldn't have done that any better.
The pressure.
So this doesn't have to be perfect by any means, but the main goal here is just to get the cap off of the honey so that we can put it in the spinner, which I'll show you in a little bit, and just so that we can spin that honey out. But this is what it looks like. So, oh my gosh. So I had, what did I have? Three totes. We've already done my honey. I feel like I should disclose that. I ended up with, what did I say? 28 and a half quarts. And really, you guys, I only had like one hive, so I am thrilled with that. Carey, on the other hand, let me see around over here. These are like all of her totes. There's lots, and it'll be a while. And so this is the totes that have been decapped already, and those are the ones that are going to go into the spinner in a little bit. How's Jennifer doing over here? Jennifer, what do you think?
You know, actually, this is really almost therapeutic as you peel off the cap. I aspire to be as good as Carey.
We all do.
So what Carey likes to do is try to get as big a piece as she can, and you'll see that that's the piece I get.
But you just started. You'll get there.
Exactly. You just started.
I am in awe of Holly and Carey's knowledge when it comes to this, and it is just really kind of a fun experience.
Well, we really do appreciate you coming in here to help us. Without this second set or a third set of hands, I mean, it just makes all the difference. Ooh, nicely done.
Thank you.
Whoa, look at
Whoa.
you. That was a really nice one. Perfect timing.
Sorry.
Don't apologize.
No, take it.
Yeah, so if it would have just been Carey and I mean, we wouldn't be this far into the process, that's for sure. It matters, and we actually had another friend of Carey's here earlier. Her name was Kelly. She was here for about an hour, so she's also just learning, wants to keep bees. But Jennifer, I don't believe you want bees. You just wanted to understand the process.
I first visited a hive with Holly.
Yeah, that's right, you did.
A couple of months ago, and learned kind of the beginning. No, I learned the middle part of it. Now I'm learning the end part of it, and
right.
I'm hoping that in the spring I'll learn the beginning part of it. So I'm just fascinated by it. You know what, I gotta watch this.
Okay, so Carey just grabbed another full frame. So you can see like where all the capping is going into this bucket, if you will. I don't know, it's not really a bucket, but you get it. You get the gist. So Carey, what's the plan? What are you going to do with that?
What we're going to do with this when we're all done, we're going to take all of the cappings, and we're going to, I'm going to put it in a colander over a big pan. And I'm going to set it on my stove, no heat, and just let it drip out for probably a good couple weeks. Every once in a while I'll go in and stir it just to make sure. And I should probably get maybe 2 quarts, 3 quarts of honey just out of this drippings. And then I save this for myself, and I bake with it, or we eat it, or whatever. So,
That honey, not the wax.
Yeah.
And just a little fun fact, Carey is going to show me how to make lip balm. So I'm going to keep my wax, and that'll be another video series. I have no doubt about that. That'll be kind of fun. No idea how that process is working, but that's one of the ways that you can keep the wax or use it to your benefit as well. So Carey, can you show people how sticky the floor is here? We're in her canning room.
Even that mat down there when I was washing my hands came up with my shoes.
Oh my gosh, it's so sticky in here. Very funny.
That door handles are sticky.
Okay, so this is the spinner, and this is where we put the frames. Carrie's going to show. I actually just loaded the spinner up. So these are frames that need to be spun out. They're full of honey. That's just it. There's this particular spinner. There's 4 frames that fit in there. And it's kind of just like a salad spinner. It's very quiet. And it's just the centrifugal force that pulls the honey out off the side. When we do one round, then we have to flip the frames because the centrifugal force always pulls out to the same side, obviously. And then when that's done, it goes through this spigot on the bottom.
And then show them the honey that's in there.
Yeah, so there's honey in there right now, and it doesn't look that great. Actually, it's kind of hard to see with the lighting. But this is what we'll filter. There's wax, there's bee parts in there. This is just how it works. But we filter it through 3 separate filters, and then that cleans it up. So, okay, so Carrie just turned the spinner on, and it's a little temperamental at times. You have to be really careful about getting it balanced on the inside. If you don't have it balanced, it can kind of walk across the floor, if you know what I mean. We've got it set up here. It's sitting on a bucket. Like it just works. It just works for us. We're lucky that she's got a barn full of unique things that we can just grab to make it work. And then there's a speed dial on here. You can turn it up, you can slow it down, whatever. You just got to find your own rhythm and make it happen.
We want to see what it looks like spinning. Because I can do this.
We can kind of cheat. See? It is just that easy. And so you can let it stop, and then you can pull the frame up and take a peek and see if it has actually spun out all the honey. If it hasn't, you just keep on spinning. If it has, you just replace the frames with the next batch. It's just that easy. So.
Well, that one's empty.
Yep, then you gotta flip it.
A very good one on that side. This one,
I gotta just say, if she went to put plastic on the floor, it'd be a mess.
Honey's out of that side, and then there's this side that's full.
So Jennifer was asking, like, how can you tell? And it's just a matter of, I don't know, you just kind of know. Like, it still looks like there may be honey in there, but the frames are just wet. But I think you're kind of getting the hang of it. You can kind of see the difference now.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
we can scrape that one.
my bad.
There's a little quality control right there.
Live as it happens. That could have been mine.
No, doesn't matter.
We don't want to blame the new girl.
No. I think you should blame New Girl. I was like, oh, newbie. No, it's amazing how sticky it is.
There is literally honey everywhere. And we just kind of keep a couple of bowls of hot soapy water, just to get our hands rinsed off. Because sometimes you just need to. Like, you can't even hardly grip onto the knife. It's so sticky. I shouldn't say that you can grip it. You don't have control over it.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that one's okay. Here we go.
Round 2.
Oh.
So when the frames are done being spun out of their honey, we just have put them outside just for space reasons and that. But then this is it. We're just going to put them back in the barn. We have already been talking about coming back in later this year, and like we need to fix the equipment. I think we've mentioned that before. So, but that's it, you guys. It's a pretty easy process. When we get into canning or jarring, I will come on back.
So just a little bit of some information about the filtering system that we use. It's very simple. So we take the honey out of the spinner and put it into a stock pot, and then we put that pot on the stove top and warm it up at a really, really low temperature. In fact, you want to keep it under 200 degrees for sure. And the reason for that is because then you lose the medicinal purposes of the honey. So once it's warmed up just enough to be runny, if you will, because it's, if it's cold out, the honey is going to be a little stiffer and harder to work with, and it'll take longer to go through these filters. So we have 3 filters that are they sit within each other, and they go from coarse to medium to fine. And so when you take the warmed up honey and dump it into that top filter, that's where it's going to catch all of the bee bits and the wax cappings and anything else that's in the hive that we don't want in our honey. By the time it gets through that third really super fine filter, that honey is good to go. So it drips into the bucket, and on the bottom of the bucket there's a spigot where when it gets to that point, you open that spigot up and you put it in a jar, cap it, and put it on your shelf and use it to your desire. So that's it. It's a really cool system and very easy, very simple, and very basic. So that's it. After that, then we get to just enjoy it.
Hey, everybody. Carey and I are tired.
No, we're exhausted.
We have concluded the honey harvest of 2024. Do you know how much have you harvested in your hives?
2,
We never really did a count.
8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 gallons, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 quart and a halves. And then this little guy.
This was just the bonus.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of honey.
Mm-hmm.
Might be one of your best years.
Yep.
And in comparison to what I harvested last year, I had 1 hive as well. I'm just kind of saying that I had 1 hive this year too, because it was weird. We caught a swarm, but the swarm was small and didn't really produce much. So pretty much 1 hive. And I ended up with, I'm going to say 30 quarts that are already at my house. But I'm not totally up to 30 yet, but I think it's going to be real close because we are both, what do you call it? Like straining our cappings.
Yep, we're straining the cappings.
So I was blown away by how much honey you get from that. So all of that scraping that when we decapped those frames yesterday, we saved all of that and we're pretty much just straining it now. And you're doing a little bit different than me. You've got a colander. I bought a berry strainer.
Jealous strainer.
Same concept. But it's pretty cool. Honey, I woke up this morning and I was like, wow.
Right now up in the house, I have 2 of these full from yesterday.
From the cap.
Just from the caps because it was so liquid, and I'm going to probably leave it for another couple of weeks. And I'm sure when I come back.
You are way more patient than me.
Oh, no. Let it go. It's amazing.
I want it out of my kitchen. I'm over it. I'm done. Tired.
Okay. But don't forget to scoop.
Yeah.
I will. But yeah, I mean, you let it sit and it's amazing how dry that capping gets.
Yeah.
And the honey that you get, and that honey, then I just get it warm and strain it. But that's what I use for myself for cooking, eating it. Yeah.
Okay. Gosh.
Sticky.
I know everything. So we're in the canning room, of course, but it looks way different than it did yesterday. Yesterday, there was legit honey everywhere. I mean, the plastic on the floor, the doorknobs, every sink handle you could possibly imagine. All of our shoes, our skin or hair. Hence, how they look.
Yep.
Okay, so I think, gosh, it was a great year though.
It was so much fun. Thank you, Mark.
Fun.
It was fun.
And we're planning on doing it again next year. But we've also decided that we're not going to do any more hives than we did. I feel like enough is enough for 2 people. I do want to get more helping hands next year. Let's talk about how many hours we spent in the canning room. Roughly, so it's 1:30.
It was 8 hours yesterday.
Yep.
And we quit early because we were both pooped.
Tired. So, and 3 hours today, 3 to 4. You were here a little bit more than me.
I was, but it's done. We're cleaned. Yeah. All of the frames are back in their boxes. The yard is cleaned out. It's put in a stall all ready for next year.
Yeah.
And
we're ready.
So it's, say 1:15 we were done. So
about 11, 12 hours of time in the last couple of days. So I feel like I should explain my attire. So I was not going to put on a different shirt than what I wore yesterday because it's sticky and gross and there's no need to add more laundry. I put pants on because we were outside of the bee yard to clean up out there. Put my boots on because it's cold out and I didn't want to wear flip-flops outside. So I am kind of a hot mess. We're both a little bit behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, we had a stellar year for honey, and we can't wait to do it again next year. I'll be a little more excited in spring when it's time to start over. But right now, we're really tired. So
Yeah.
thank
But it
you.
was worth it.
100%.
Yeah.
It is exciting.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. Thank you for asking if you could come over and play with me because it's been fun.
Couldn't have been too bad because you told me you wanted me to come back. So
I know.
that's great.
What did Ree call you?
Not mundane.
Yeah. She's not mundane.
Some people may be offended. I was not. I thought it was great.
No. And he does it out of love because he just thinks you're a hoot. She's not mundane.
Love that. Okay, you ready for a nap and maybe a shower? Maybe.
Actually, there's beer in that fridge right there. We could have a beer. So
we're going to wrap this up. High five on a great year.
yeah, awesome.
We'll see you guys next time.